Exercise is extremely important to health, period. But I think using blanket statements about exercise requirements has done a huge disservice to people dealing with metabolic damage, adrenal fatigue, hypothyroid, or other endocrine or hormonal disturbances. Because in cases like these, doing a large amount of activity is actually going to do you more harm than good. As you probably already know, I had hypothyroid and adrenal fatigue in my late teens and 20s. During this time, I discovered high-carb, low-fat vegan, and the diet did wonders for my health. But I kept yo-yoing between feeling great and crashing. I also wasn't having a lot of luck losing weight, and I just couldn't figure out why. I was eating perfectly. So I assumed I wasn't exercising enough. So I'd make myself run like 5 miles 5 times a week, and I'd go for 65-mile bike rides. And I could manage it because I was the crazy vegan that had to prove to everybody that my crazy diet wasn't crazy and insane and unhealthy. But inevitably, I would become more and more tired until eventually I would just crash. And for some reason, it took a while for me to figure out why this was happening. It was the old hypothyroid, adrenal, metabolic problems just coming back to bite me in the ass. But I knew that a high-protein diet wasn't going to help because that diet had already almost killed me. And I knew that all of the adrenal stimulating supplements and all of the factually kind of dangerous thyroid supplements weren't going to help either because those had already almost killed me and left me in financial ruins. So what was I supposed to do? Because I wanted to be that awesome, fit example of vegan health and get all of the naysayers off of my back, but I felt so hopeless and exhausted and stuck. Which, looking back, was honestly kind of stupid of me because my body had been telling me from day one what I needed to do to heal. I needed to rest. I needed to sleep. It needed to not be forced into exercise. So I started resting. I started skipping my workouts when I was tired. I stopped making myself run long distances. I stopped the super long bike rides. I started laying around on the couch after work. I started going to sleep extra early because it felt really good. And I stopped setting my alarm for 5 a.m. so I could get up and go for runs and be like all of those super successful people. And relaxing felt so good. But it was also intensely anxiety-provoking. It gave me time to tap into all of those horrid emotions I'd been trying to outrun for my whole life. And it painted something of a target on my back for resentful peers. Mostly people with mortgages and kids that liked to make condescending remarks about how they would love to relax more, but they have jobs and kids and actual, real, legitimate, important, super important responsibilities. Holding up their busy badge of honor. Then there was a whole other contingent of people telling me that my crazy vegan diet was obviously unhealthy because I was sleeping almost the exact same amount as a corpse. But luckily, I realized that I didn't have to buy into any of their bullshit. And that taking care of myself is realistically the most important responsibility I have. And after a while of being a lazy ass motherfucker, I started to lose weight. Without trying. Literally by doing the exact opposite level of activity that I had been told to do. So if you're a person like me who has had endocrine health issues or hormonal imbalances that have led to metabolic underfunction, then my recommendation to you is to make rest your #1 priority. I would rather you come home after a busy day and take a 2-hour nap than force yourself to do a 2-hour workout. I would rather you sleep in as long as you can than wake up extra early to go for a run first thing in the morning. I would rather you take the restorative yoga class than go to the level 2 vinyasa flow sweatfest shakti shit thing. And for the foreseeable future, I want you to spend as much time as possible in your cozy, comfy, fluffy bed with a gleefully hedonistic smile on your face. Because that is what's going to allow your endocrine system to heal and your hormones to come back into balance and your metabolism to start functioning the way it needs to allow you to lose weight. During this period of rest and healing time, I am absolutely positive that there will be times when you just feel great and energetic and like you really want to go exercise. And if that happens, go for it. Enjoy the exercise. But absolutely, positively, do not push yourself beyond the point of enthusiasm. Do not fixate on distance or time goals. Do not decide that this feels good in the moment, so you should really be doing this 5 times a week, because you've been totally super lazy recently. No, stop it. Exercise when you want to. Don't exercise when you're tired. Rest when you need it. Sleep when you feel tired. And tell those guilt-tripping busy bitches to step off. Because of all the things you need in this world, their hateful ass input is not one of them. Depending on the severity of your endocrine issues, you might be in this rest phase for several months, maybe a year, maybe longer. I don't know. It's completely dependent on you and how consistent you are with your rest and diet. But what I do know is after some period of time, you are going to start feeling more eager to exercise. Your stamina will naturally improve, and you won't feel so drained by exhaustion that you can literally feel the effort of your bones existing. It'll probably be around the same time that you start effortlessly losing weight. And once your energy levels improve, I definitely recommend prioritizing weight training, at least in the beginning. Build up your muscle mass, increase your basal metabolic rate, and also please be super aware that weight training increases your need for sleep. So be prepared to make those accommodations. What I also know for sure is that once your endocrine system starts to heal and your metabolic function improves, it'll be much easier for you to lose weight on a high-carb, low-fat, whole food, plant-based, vegan diet, and the weight will actually stay off. Sleep is like the magical ingredient that everyone says they don't have time to add. Make time for it. And because I know how much everybody loves specifics, I'll give you some specifics. Normal people need at the very minimum 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. Stop writing the comment, asking me if 5 or 6 hours is okay because you totally feel rested after 5 or 6 hours and you just can't sleep more. Don't even fucking ask me. Human bodies need 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Don't make me write it 1,000 times. Endocrinologically challenged people, that's those of us with adrenal fatigue, hypothyroid, metabolic damage, or other hormonal imbalances, need at least 8 to 15 hours of sleep per night. The more the better. And yes, 15 is a very big number, but trust me, I would say that you need 30 hours of sleep per night, but that's technically impossible. The point that I'm trying to make with that big number is don't restrict your sleep. Don't do it because you feel guilty. Don't do it because some busy bitch says that she has kids and so you're not allowed to sleep more. And don't do it because your mom is worried about how much you're sleeping. Fuck your mom's opinion for a little while. You need to rest. It might feel insane for a few weeks and like you're sleeping your life away, but I guarantee that after a little while, you'll get to the point where you only need 12 hours a night until you feel rested, and then 10 hours, and then 9 hours. Don't rush. Don't stress. There is absolutely nothing dangerous about being asleep. It's fine. Naps are also fine, but a nice, big, long, uninterrupted block of sleep at night is ideal. Sleep in a pitch black room. Get rid of your glowing clock, buy blackout curtains, do what you gotta do to get a pitch black room. And no, eye shades are not enough because your body can sense light through your skin. You cannot outsmart your body ever. Learn that right now. Sleep before midnight is more valuable than sleep after midnight. So go to bed early. Try to wake up without an alarm. Those damn things jar you awake and get your adrenal glands on edge first thing in the morning, and it's not good. If you have to wake up with an alarm, which I understand, those alarms that slowly wake you up with gradually brightening light and chimes are like the best thing that were invented ever. So rest, sleep, recover, heal. Take your time, be nice to yourself, don't listen to other people's bullshit. I will be doing another video on sleep and weight loss later on in the series, so you can submit your questions for that one in the comments below. I just finished editing this and I realized that I left out a critical point. When you have adrenal fatigue or some other hormonal disruption, sometimes it can be really difficult to fall asleep. You'll be exhausted all day until you lay down to go to sleep, and then suddenly you're wide awake. And it is the most tragically infuriating and frustrating feeling I remember ever having. What I recommend in that case is to try supplementing with melatonin, which, yes, it is a hormone, and no, it's not ideal, but taking melatonin 30 minutes before bed is usually enough to get you to knock out. Because the reason that you're not falling asleep in the first place is that your body isn't appropriately producing melatonin itself. So when you're trying to get yourself able to fall asleep, I recommend creating a nighttime routine for yourself where you do about the same thing every night for the last hour that you're awake. And this will condition your body to be able to create its own melatonin so that you'll be able to fall asleep on your own. When you're supplementing with melatonin, take it about halfway through that 1 hour long routine, so about 30 minutes before you're going to lay down to go to sleep. I recommend doing this for about a week and then reassess. Often just getting that little bit of rest is enough to heal your adrenal glands and other endocrine glands enough to be able to create their own melatonin and get you on a good sleep schedule. If you have to supplement with melatonin a little bit past that, that's okay, but melatonin is not something that you need to be on long term. It is a hormone, and like any other hormone, I do not want you guys taking it for a long time. Use it as an aid to get your body to the point where you don't need it. Submit more questions about melatonin below, and we will talk about it again also in the next Sleep for Weight Loss video that will be coming up in the next week or two. Until next time, please make better choices for yourself and take very good care. Weight loss tips. Make your hair bigger so you look smaller. Why wasn't I around for the 80s? I would have been so popular.